about the foundation, and this may be all new to you, so feel free to interrupt me if there's things that I haven't explained clearly or you have some questions. The Community Foundation in Vanderhoof. How do I change screens? Oh, there we are. Was formed in 2015 as a not-for-profit society. And as with most not-for-profits, it's highly volunteer-driven. Our endowment fund is professionally managed with low overhead, and donations are eligible for charitable receipts. Our benefiting area includes Vanderhoof, Sycaz, Clucas, and rural area F. So basically all of the Balkan-Achakal Regional District Vanderhoof area. And our board members right now are Paul Collard as president, Linda Woodruff is vice president, Ken Simon is treasurer, Karen Andros is secretary, and I have a role as past president. And we also have two other directors, Mary Burkholder and Swan Kiesebrink. Our mission is to support a broad, inclusive, and diverse community where life in the Vanderhoof area is enhanced and strengthened. And we feel that our group can provide leadership around philanthropy. I struggle with that all the time. I'm going to just minimize the pictures here too, because it's covering some of my text. We believe in partnering with donors and helping them to give back to the community, and also in the process enhance life for everyone in the community. Our endowment is, the structure of it is that we pool charitable gifts from many donors into a permanent fund, and then the income from that fund is used for granting and community enrichment initiatives. And our motto or vision is to build community today, tomorrow, and forever. We started out with $200,000, 50 coming from municipal government and 50 from the regional district, and then the Northern Development Initiatives Trust matched those two contributions, so it brought us up to $200,000. And where we sit now is as of the 31st of August, our capital total is $317,071. We received donations from lots of individual people, some giving in memory of family members or friends. We've had businesses donate, Omanika Medical Clinic, Peter Reich's Property Services, Nechaka Valley Animal Health Services, Four Rivers Co-op, Rio Tinto, Centura Gold. And we've also set up payroll donation programs through the Provincial Employees Services Fund and the School District 91. And then more recently, we've been involved in a fundraiser called the COVID Fitness Challenge, and we've set up named fund donors that I'll speak to a bit later here. The grants we've given out to the end of 2021 total $10,310. And as you can see from that list, it's a variety of not-for-profits and educational institutions in the community. And we started out pretty small. We only had $2,500 the first year to donate. So we gave $500 awards. And then the next year, I think we had 3,000. And this past year, well, I think I've got the 2021 program here. Oh, well, this is the funding that we've provided through other federal sources, but where the Community Foundation had a role in recommending and supporting projects that were approved. So you can see that Community Garden and Good Neighbors Committee, the elementary school backpack program, and the cadet program all received funding. And here's some pictures of our 2019 and 2020 grant recipients. In 2020, COVID didn't allow us to actually meet in person, so all we have is a picture of the equipment that we bought for the Clucas Hall. But I'm still in the process of getting pictures from the people we granted to this past year, and I'll post that. For 2022, we're pretty excited to be able to announce that we're going to have a total of $20,000 available to grant, which is quite a jump for us from previous years. And we expect to have the grant application period open on the 1st of April, and information will be available on our website and Facebook page. It's likely that we will divide that $20,000 between a few applicants, depending on the variety and quality of the applications we receive. But at this point, there's no restrictions on the amount that you can apply for. So then, if you think that the grants that we're giving in the community are worthwhile and feel like we're an organization you'd want to support, there's multiple ways to donate. You can set up one-time or scheduled donations through our website. Many businesses have set up within their own organization some sort of a corporate giving program, often with matching from their employees. As I've mentioned, a couple of places have payroll deductions so that employees can deduct or have a certain amount taken off their paychecks and donate to us on a regular basis. And that's worked really well with the school district. We'd love to expand that program. And named funds. And there's opportunities to donate through your will or a life insurance policy. And as I mentioned before, some people are giving in memory of family members or friends. So payroll deductions, we've set up partnerships with employers, introducing the payroll deduction option, and it's an easy way then for people to donate and give back to their community. There's no minimum amount. I mean, I guess maybe $10 might be considered a minimum. These days, it's probably more paperwork for everybody concerned if you want to do less than that. But the school district and the Provincial Employee Services Funds are examples of those two programs. We have no paid staff, so the income that you donate, pretty much 100% of it goes back to the community the income from the funds you donate goes back to the community by way of grants. So the principal that you donate never gets spent. It gets invested, and it's just the income that it earns. So it's a perpetual giving. And it's pretty low maintenance to set up. We've got a form that the employee would sign, and whoever does payroll would look after reporting to us on a quarterly basis, or more frequently if they would like, who's donated how much, and we'll make sure that tax receipts get to everybody. In the past 2 years, the above two payroll deduction programs have raised a total of $2,445 in payroll deductions. And the amounts really vary. Like I say, some people are donating as low as $10 a month. Some are donating every paycheck. Some are doing just a one-time, once a year thing. So there's lots of options. And I guess just for your members who might be interested in this. Is a bit of an example of what kind of impact it could have on the community. If you've got a business that has 20 employees and say 10 of them decide to participate and they decide to give us $10 a pay period, and typically 26 pay periods in a year, so that'd be $260. So $260 times 10 employees is $2,600 in employee contributions from one business in just 1 year. And really, it's not a huge sacrifice, that amount of money. And then sort of how you can expand on that. If we had 10 employees from 10 businesses contributing $2,600 a year, we'd end up with a $26,000 donation. And what if those 10 employers matched their employees' contribution? In 1 year, we'd have $52,000 donated, which would be a real benefit to the community. Every dollar contributed adds to the return on our investment, increasing the funds we have available to grant to the community each year. And local community groups then apply to us for projects that add events or infrastructure, programs and services to our community that make our community a better place to live. And for businesses, it's maybe an easier, provides infrastructure and programs that will make it easier for you to attract skilled labor. So I think there's a real benefit to the business community to consider it as well. So I've talked about named funds a little bit. What is a named fund? Well, an organization, an individual, or a business can set up a named fund, and donors then decide where they want the Vanderhoof Community Foundation to direct the income from those funds. You have a lot of flexibility on what causes you might wish to support. You could choose to donate funds to our general accounting, grant accounting account. Not making sense there. You could choose to give us the responsibility for investing those funds through our regular grant program, is what I'm trying to say. You could direct the funds to a specific charity, something that means a lot to your organization or your business or you as an individual. And you could pick one of our granting streams. So you could say, whatever income comes from my named fund, I want specifically to go to health or education, maybe arts and culture, sports and recreation, local environment, or the social services. And then you would leave it up to us to decide who would be the recipient. You could set up a scholarship or bursary with the income that comes from that. And then you could also decide to, if you're a charity yourself, you could decide that the proceeds of the fund should come back to your own organization to help cover off some of your overhead. It's a way of creating a legacy for your family, a business, or an organization. And because it's posted publicly on our website and our Facebook page, others who think your cause is worthwhile could choose to support your fund. And in this way, a donation lives on for perpetuity as only the income is granted. So different from maybe writing a check to the Canadian Cancer Society or something like that. It's one and done, but this way your gift keeps on giving. How do we set up the funds? Well, you have to have a minimum of 10,000 to get a fund set up to provide grant funds. But an initial donation of 1,000 could get it started if you give us a commitment to donate the remaining balance within a reasonable period, or maybe even commit to making a bequest through your will. And currently, we've been allowing organizations to take up to 5 years if they're wanting to set it up prior to death. And you know, if you put in 1,000 to start, that would give you, you know, 9,000. You could spread out over 10 or over 5 years to get your fund established and then start earning income. And what kind of returns could you expect from the fund? Well, the endowment fund, we have that invested through the Prince George Community Foundation, along with, I think they have 12 other community foundations that invest through them. And they in turn those funds over to Scotia Wealth to have them invested. And the idea is that by pooling all those funds, you get a higher rate of return on your invested funds than you could if we just took it to the bank ourselves. And the past 10 years, the funds have averaged about 6% rate of return. Considering it's quite low risk investments, that's a pretty decent return. In addition to getting the fund set up, we require that all funds have a stability reserve, and that is 10.5% of the capital balance. So it's still within your fund, but it's just sort of a separate accounting of it. And the money sits there earning income just like the rest of your fund would, but it's money that is saved, not granted out, in case some year in the future we don't get the kind of return that we've been getting, and then all of a sudden you're short. Like if you decide to set it up to cover off the overhead you have, and at say $10,000 with a 6% return, you're getting $600 coming back, and you start planning towards that. And then 1 year we don't earn 6% on our income, then you can pull money out of your reserve account so you can make sure you get the same amount coming back to you. And of course, there are some administrative fees, even though we're 100% volunteer as far as the board of directors is concerned. We do have some expenses, and Prince George charges us 1.15% of our capital amount each year to cover off the administration of our fund. So that would be like paying the bank whatever your interest rate might, or pardon me, your service charges might be at the bank, which typically would be higher than 1.15%. To date, we have 2 family funds, both coming from directors of the foundation. My husband Bill and I set up the first one in March, and the Karen and John Andros set up the second one in April. And we're looking forward to providing some grants out of our fund already this year. The third named fund just got set up recently, and it was with the Nachaco Valley Search and Rescue Society. They started their fund December 31st or 30th, somewhere right at the end of last year, with $1,000, and then decided to set up an online matching challenge. And as of the end of February, it was at $6,485 just in that 1 month. So they're well on their way to getting their $10,000 amount. And they plan to use the income from their fund to cover off some of their overhead, things like their liability insurance and rental costs and things like that. So it just allows them to focus more on the reason that they have for being, which is search and rescue, rather than always trying to fumble around trying to find money to cover their overhead. And as you can see, they've got quite a list of donors. And the fitness challenge that we come up with started in 2021, and we generated $7,635 with 150 people participating. If you're not familiar with that, basically what we did is tried to come up with an idea that would get people active in the community. The goal being kind of a recovery from COVID. And if we could make a little bit of money towards our foundation in the process, we'd be pretty happy. And because we had such high interest, we felt it was really worthwhile from a point of view of the donations. And it seemed like everybody that participated really enjoyed it. They signed up to participate and track their kilometers, either through biking or walking or running, or some people were paddling, any creative way that you can track your movement. And it wasn't a competition. Everybody was competing with themselves and just trying to step up their level of activity. And it seemed very popular. So we're going to do it again in 2022. We plan to start the challenge on the 22nd of April and run till the 20th of May. And we're hoping to add a few more activities around that, like a startup at Riverside Park, and also having a wrap-up event in May. So we will be contacting local businesses in early April to request donations. We were giving out gift baskets last year to those that participated, and that was really popular. So we hope to do that again with your help. And we'd love to see some businesses from our employees from the business community participate as well. So that's about all I have to say. That's the foundation. That's our email, and we're on Facebook, and my phone number's there as well. So if you have any questions, I'd be glad to help, try to answer them. Oh, hi, Michelle. You snuck in.
I did. I apologize. I was late.
Yeah. So we're pretty excited about how things are going with the foundation, and encourage individuals, businesses, or maybe even not-for-profits that you're involved in to think about it and seek me out if you'd like to get more information, or get in touch with one of the other directors.
Thank you very much for explaining.
Yeah.
I didn't know how all those different funds worked, so this is good. So yeah. I just have a question on the a named fund for nonprofits. Are you saying that there has to be at least $10,000 worth of donations for that named group before they can pull any money out?
Before it starts earning income, there has to be 10 grand in the named fund. But we can get it set up earlier than that and try and help you do some publicity around it to try and generate further donations to your organization with the idea of building it up to the 10,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, if it starts earning income, but before you really have much to give away, you'd probably have to be in, the 11th year or pardon me, the 6th year, or whenever you get 10,000 plus one more year after that kind of thing. But I don't know if search and rescue is an example of how quickly things can move, but I was so impressed with the number of people coming forward to donate to their organization.
Well, it's really come a long way. Hey, Kathy.
It has.
The inception, I missed the beginning, so I can't remember when it all started up, but it's come a long way. It's great.
And you know, Michelle, because you were helping us with our logo and our website and everything like that. We're just working with a couple of graphic design students from the College of New Caledonia who are going to try and give us a bit of a fresh look and update our website and things. So that's exciting for us. I hope it all works out. I'm sure it will. And, yeah, I am. We've had a few ups and downs, like every organization has had over the years, and COVID certainly has impacted our ability to get out into the community. But overall, we are very pleased with the support we're getting, and thank you for the Chamber for allowing us to present to this to your membership and help spread the word a bit.
No, thank you.
Okay. And good luck with your evening meeting.
Will you be joining us?
Well, I'm not. No, sorry. Thanks. Though. Yeah. Yeah. I feel I've got a few other irons in the fire here that I need to get organized for Friday. Somehow I seem to get myself off of one board and onto two more.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how that feels.
I'm sure you do. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you all then. And anytime, reach out to me. I've got no problem with your contacting me directly. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.
How do I stop there?